Hey Earthlings, welcome to day 25 of the apocalypse. My name is Sylar and I do a video every day so I can get better at all of this stuff. Today I'm gonna tell you how I met Dave Bautista, how I embarrassed myself in front of Will Ferrell, and other tales from my background extra job. Before we jump into the main two stories, the super cool one and the super embarrassing one, I do have a few others that I want to tell you about. I'm also in the movie American Assassin. By I'm in it, I mean you can probably see my coat for like a split second. I didn't really make the cut that much, but the super exciting bit on set that day was that I was in my first fake shootout. So it was really loud and I managed to keep some souvenirs. I can't show you because I'm not sure I'm allowed, so you just have to trust me on that one. The other thing that was really fun to do was the Christmas special of the Windsors. It's a TV show. And weirdly enough, on the day, they didn't really have a lot of extras. It was just me and another guy. So the advantage there is that you don't have 200 other people moving around and doing stuff. And you can kind of just, I mean, for me, advantage, magician, I could actually go up to the cast and crew and perform to them without them feeling overwhelmed by people coming up to them and wanting to chat them up and stuff. So that was really fun to do. It was the only one where I was one of two extras on set, and you just get to see more of the process because if it's just two of you, it's not that important for them to do stuff in other places or move you around in order for them to do stuff. So it was a really fun day. I'm gonna start with Holmes and Watson rather than talking about the Dave Bautista thing, because Holmes and Watson was not a very good movie, so at least my embarrassment equals the movie's embarrassment, you know? So two really cool things happened on set of Holmes and Watson. Firstly, Holmes and Watson, while you're there and it's being filmed, you think it's gonna be the funniest movie you've ever seen. Because we only saw, I still haven't seen the movie, okay? Because it's on none of the streaming platforms and I'm not gonna pay money to see that because I heard it's completely terrible. But I was part of the opening scene, the courtroom scene, and there were so many takes where both of them just kind of improvised, and it was so funny. There was over 200 extras on set, and every time the director shouted cut, everybody would start applauding because it was so funny. We all thought it was gonna be one of the funniest movies ever. It's not. It's not at all. So two cool things from Holmes and Watson. I was in the bathroom, you know, washing my hands, and then Ray finds, you know, Voldemort. He's next to me, also washing his hands. And then he goes to use the dryer, and it was a really bad dryer. And he goes, "Isn't this dryer shit?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Yeah." How amazing was that conversation? Am I the only one excited? Larry, what do you think? Well, he loves it, so at least I have him, you know? The embarrassing bit was I basically every time I'm on set I try and perform magic to people because as much as I love the movie industry, I'm still trying to get gigs, right? So I'm thinking if I can perform to people, I can get gigs and so on. So I knew, like, I was on the Holmes and Watson set for about 5 days, but Will Ferrell was there for only 1 day of shooting. So I was like, I gotta go up to him and show him some magic. And you never know when the best moment is, especially when people are literally at work. So at that point, I didn't know he was talking to. So there's Will Ferrell and he's talking to a guy. I'm like, they're probably just chatting because they're bored and whatever. Later I find out that was the director of the movie. They were literally talking about important stuff that he was gonna say and whatever. So I go up to him. I mean, I don't think I've ever acted so nervous in my life. It's super embarrassing. So I went up to him and I was like, "Hi, big fan. You wanna pick a card?" It was, oh my god. It was so bad just thinking back to it. Oh. And he basically just went no and just started backing up very slowly until he felt a door behind him and just slipped through that and walked away. I mean, good reaction, fantastic. I very much appreciate that it didn't go no, get out, you're fired or whatever. So that's still a pretty good balance, right? Right? Well, at least that's not on film, so nobody will be able to see it ever. And finally, how I met Dave Bautista. Now obviously, most of you know him now as Drax from The Guardians, and he's been doing a lot of movies and stuff, but growing up, I loved wrestling, and he was my favorite wrestler. Maybe that's probably what I got into magic. It's very similar, I just don't have to work out as much, which I really enjoy. So it was a really, really fun opportunity for me to work alongside him. And again, the sort of advantage was that he was kind of the only celebrity on set. There was about 30, 40 extras, I would say, but he was the only person on set. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to show him any magic because after the Will Ferrell thing, I'm kind of overthinking every time I have to go up to a celebrity and show them magic, because I'm thinking, oh my god, what if they're gonna react the same? And I know he was very sort of upset as well because he just flew to the UK to film this and they lost all of his luggage and everything, so he was just there on his own, super bored. Maybe that's when I should have gone and showed him some magic. Anyway, I didn't mention that I'm a magician or anything. I basically just, I managed to get a selfie, which was just very awesome for me, because I mean, he's such a great dude and he's such a great actor, and he's a good inspiration for people that want to get into acting, because he doesn't have that massive acting background or anything, but you can definitely see he's trying more and more in all of his roles. So those were the stories for today. I have other projects I've done that I have stories from, and others that I genuinely don't even remember I did. So if you do see me in anything, please let me know so I can obviously talk about it. If you enjoyed this video, leave it a like, comment below with what celebrity you've met and tell me how that experience was. And don't forget to subscribe, that would be really cool. I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers so I can do a TikTok dance that Steve Rowe will pick for me. So go in the description below, go on my Facebook, and wait for that to happen. When I get to 500, Steve is gonna pick one for me, and then I'm gonna do it in a video. As much as I want to get to 500 subscribers, I also want to get past that super quickly, so I don't even remember that dance even happening. If you do want to see some magic, then you can go into my playlists, and I have a series called Magic Beyond Belief. I filmed that pre-beard, so hopefully you enjoy that. Thanks a lot for watching, I'll see you all tomorrow.